Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 16th. I hope all of you skip paying taxes this year, fight the power. I've been homeless for over a year, and I started boondocking a couple weeks ago because I'm not going to live on the streets. I'm just not. Living in a city just isn't safe. Anyway, as I said in my previous videos, I wanted to make these a little bit more informational for you. In all aspects of what I've been through. So today, though, I want to kind of go over solar generators. A lot of them are for sale and offered across multiple platforms, and their capabilities are greatly exaggerated. So I'm going to break it down for you a little bit. I'll try to give you some of the math without having to give you the formulas. So let's get started. The first device I want to show you is it's called the GrowWatt, and it's a 1500 watts. That's about 12.5 amp hours, just to give you an idea, because that's what we're going. And to get to those figures, there's a lot of conversions and formulas and whatever. But what I'll tell you, hold on, I'll show you a picture of this guy. So it's just this little one on here. You see the wireless charging, a couple AC adapters, all of your USB and C, and then the lighter plug. This little unit will power lamps, small electronics. It will do electric blankets as well, just FYI. You can get a couple hours out of that on a full charge with an electric blanket. Things you can't do with it: run any big appliances, run a hot plate, coffee maker even may cause trouble. I have a thermos that has the car plug thing that boils water. That works just fine on this. Will it power a house? No. It's a real basic thing. So the nice thing about it is it charges really fast. Part of that is because I have so many solar panels, and that does make a difference. And there are problems with charging. First of all, you don't get the efficiency. So even though I have 800 watts of solar panel down, I will never pull 800 watts of power from those solar panels. But because I have so much, surface area of collecting sun, it charges this pretty fast. And again, it's great to have as backup. Depending on what you're using on it, you're going to get hours of use. But if you don't have access to the sun, it's not going to last very long. They show smaller devices that are like, oh my goodness. Like these are in milliamps. These are those little power banks. Yeah, they'll charge your phone a couple times or keep your laptop running a little longer. But, you're not going to get anything big that you might need in case of emergency. So that's the smaller unit. Again, those are pretty common. I'm seeing a lot of those around 1500 to 2000 watts. And again, that's about 12.5 to 15 amp hours, which... Again, this is all on a 12-volt system, all this math. So you're just FYI, for those who are electricians, this is all based on a 12-volt formula. So that's the smaller ones. Now let's talk about my bigger one. Okay, well, what you're looking at here is a big solar generator and its extension battery. Between the two of these, we have 5,000 amp hours. If you notice, there is the big plug for an RV. There's the little plugs for input. There's the ACs. There you got your USBs and such down there. You've got your lighter plug, and then two other for the posts. Yeah, so we don't even bother to deal with watts in this thing. This is 5,000 amp hours, but if you want to convert it to like comparison to the smaller one, it is 60,000 watt hours or whatever. So that's a big up from the 12.5. That one, you can plug an RV into it. You're not going to be able to run everything, but it has that plug. And you can run bigger things. You can run a coffee maker. You can run a small appliances in general, and some bigger stuff depending on how much power you're drawing. Hold that thought. So yeah, the big one, it's completely dead on me. So it is going to take forever to charge. That's just the way it is. The other thing, I'm going to show you my solar panels real quick. Let's go over those. So as you can see, I've got quite the layout of solar panels. Each one of these is 100, and each one of these is 200, and then there's another 200 over there. These units came with the solar generators, so the one with the handles came with the big one, and the one without the handles is the little one. They have to be hooked up a certain way depending on which device you're using, and everything has to be balanced. So you can't have all those solar panels all running on one line. It could short the whole system out. The other thing to keep in mind is temperature matters. If it's too hot, they won't operate at all. Just too hot. But if it's too cold, um, they might charge your devices, but they will not charge. They can't take power when the batteries are half frozen. So, but you can still use them to power stuff. So keep that in mind. And again, with the solar panels, your efficiency is kind of lower. You'll never get the full amount of all the solar panels you got out, even in the most ideal situations. But I will say that I could, if I had a full day of good sun, the small one I can fill in a day. The last couple times I tried to charge it, it took me 2 days because I got 50% the first day and then 50% the second day. I didn't have as many solar panels out, and I got late getting it out to get charged. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was so confident about coming out here. I have devices that can be charged, like a little handheld chainsaw, just various things. And having the power without having to connect to the grid is a good thing to have, camping or otherwise. But again, they're expensive. The 1500 watt model is about $1,000, and then the big one is about, well, it's about $1,000 per amp hour. So yeah, so I got 5,000 there, and you do the math. Yeah, so they're expensive, but it's a worthwhile investment, if you know that your power might get cut off, Canada, or any other little emergency. It's nice to have a backup. And you have to go with what your needs are. If you think all you're going to need is a little thing to power your phone and whatnot until the power comes on, that's great. And you can sustain yourself with that one as long as there's sunshine once in a while, or the big one for that matter. But it also comes down to budget. So I just say buy wisely. So that's my little tour of my solar setup. I hope you guys learned something. Stay safe.